Everyone out there in Hot Rod Land, it's Phil with Carcraft Classics, coming to you from the fairgrounds here in Cumming, Georgia, showing off a new piece of inventory. Take a look at this sweet 1980 Camaro Z28. 1980 Camaro, of course, part of the second generation of Camaros. And this is a two-owner Survivor. It's owned by a local gentleman named Bob, customer of ours. Asked me to sell this car for him, and I'm more than happy to do so. I was always in love with this body style growing up, and I'm happy to have one of these. They're certainly gaining in value, and popularity has always been strong. But again, this is a Survivor car. Bob bought it back in the mid-80s from the original owner. He bought the car for his daughter, and Bob is an old hot rodder. He's had many cars, and he knows how to take care of them. I finally came to grips recently with the idea of selling this one, and gave me a call, and I'm glad he did. He had this car meticulously, mechanically maintained by a friend of his that is a senior GM service technician. So somebody that knew this car up and down was asked to maintain it, and they did a great job. Mostly original, this car. Bob did upgrade a few things, and I'll go through those on the video with you, but basically an original car. We pulled it out of his garage. It's been there probably the last 20 years since his daughter has moved on to another vehicle, and I don't want to call it a barn find because Bob did drive it, but I'll call it a garage find. You could tell it had been sitting in there a long time. We did hand wax the car, but I asked my detailer not to put any machines on it. Let's not put the high-speed buffer on it or anything, because I wanted to retain that original kind of finish. You know, you have the original paint here, and in some spots it's cloudy. Why? Because it's been sitting in a garage. So I'll let whoever the buyer is dictate to me. If they want me to high-speed polish out the car, we can do that, or you can take it just as is, because of course we all know they're only original once. Original paint, original wheels. Those are upgraded Dunlop tires that Bob did put on. And I do have a receipt for that, and everything else that he's done. It's got to be an inch or two thick. The receipts, yeah, I even have every registration that he's had for the vehicle. Speaking of registration, the car does come with a clean title, although it has been registered here in Georgia with a bill of sale, but I do have a title for you to use in your state. Well, let's take a closer look at this cool car. So again, this is that bright red they had in 1980. It's got the tan cool Z28 wheels with the fawn or tan interior. We'll get in there in a moment and I'll show you all that, but again, that's all original. Mechanically, we have a 350 cubic inch under the hood, V8. We did detail it, but again, with instructions to leave everything original. Don't get in there too crazy and start pulling paint off or anything like that. It's a factory air car. Air is blowing, but it's not blowing cold. I'll show you in a moment. We have all the items in the trunk to recharge the AC that came with the car. Power disc brakes up front, drums in the rear. This motor was completely pulled and rebuilt in 2013, again by that senior General Motors service technician. They went back in with the L82 Corvette heads to give it a little more power, and the L82 cam as well. The heads were ported and polished. Car runs like a top. It's pretty unbelievable to think that 1980 is, whew, goodness, 39 years ago? Unbelievable. Gosh, I'm old. Anyway, so there she is. A new PCD valve. Came with the Rochester 4-barrel carb, but in 2013 when they rebuilt the motor, they put on the GM replacement carburetor. So anyway, balanced, blueprinted, the motor, professional rebuild, and yes, we have all the paperwork you need. Z28 was a performance package. Came with a stiffer suspension, bigger motor. Yes, even in 1980. But he went back and rebuilt the suspension and put in Bilstein shocks, new springs, and new bushings. So it rides real smooth, the car. Got that air induction hood. Super cool. Just love getting these cars at the shop that, you know, I can dig into the history on them. Just love it. So there's the parts for the AC, little recharge canister. Got the recharge kit, some additional parts. I think a radiator hose is in that little canister there, a little poster holder. From what I can see, the car is rust-free. Has the full-size spare there again. He bought this car for his daughter. Didn't want her going down the road with a little mini spare, so he bought that full-size spare. But you can tell the car has not been in any accidents. You know, when you look around the car, it's all straight, gaps are right. Shows no evidence of repairs. All original stickers. Super cool car. So again, getting back to the paint, no bubbles, no blisters. Looks original. It's got its spots that's showing its age. Got a little ding here, a little scratch there. There's some fading with the front bumper and chin spoiler because, of course, those parts were plastic. They can, of course, be repainted to match, but I'm going to let the buyer, as I said, dictate to me what they want done. I would take it as is and just leave it just the way it is, all original. Factory sticker, Z28 sticker. One of the things you can see through the back window here is Kenwood stereo speakers. He did upgrade the stereo as well. Trim around the windows. Of course, in the black motif for the Z28. All there, all in great shape. So yeah, no blisters, no bubbling. I don't see anything going along the bottom of the car. Really is in good shape. Again, it's got its little scratches and wear marks. You know, again, it is a survivor car with the original paint on it, so it's going to have those marks. Clean them up or leave them just like that. Beautiful car. Let's take a look at the interior. So this was, again, called the Fawn interior. In really, really good shape. Rockers are in great shape. Get out of the way there so you can see that. Sorry about the shadows and things, but I'll have still shots on my website of every angle of the car. Just do this walk around video for you guys that can't make it here to Carcraft, or sometimes I miss some things on the pictures, so I wanted to give you just a quick walk around video. Headliner's in great shape. Dome light works, gauges work, lights work, blinker indicators inside the car on the dash work. The only thing right now is, like I said, the AC is not blowing ice cold, so we'll have to take a look at that. But again, it is a factory air car, as you can see. Bezel around the gauges, all in good shape. 76,000 miles on the clock. It's got a little aftermarket oil pressure gauge. Engine does hold great oil pressure. I'll show you that in just a moment. There's that upgraded Kenwood stereo. Middle console. Power window switch. Dash is in great shape. Little Z28 features on the interior. Super cool. Hopefully I can find somebody that either had one of these in high school or, like me, dreamt about these in high school. This is going to be a really affordable hot rod. Something that can help you get into the hobby without breaking the bank, or add to your collection. Again, for the Chevy guys out there, this is a second gen. They're going up in value every day. Let's fire this thing up. Phil Collins on the radio, Z28. Awesome. Super solid. Again, motor rebuilt 2013 with a lot of attention to detail. Got those Corvette heads, cam, balanced and blueprinted engine, all the documentation you need to back it up. Survivor 1980 Camaro Z28 for sale. Our asking price in this vehicle is going to be $14,900, which is more than fair for what we have here. I know people are asking a little less with some cars, and some people are asking a little more. I believe this car is worth every penny. Again, my name is Phil. I'm with Carcraft Classics. I can be reached at 770-317-1415, 770-317-1415, or via email at carcraftclassics@gmail.com. Feel free to give me a call or shoot me an email if you have questions, or you'd like to schedule a test drive. We can also help with financing. We can help with professional delivery. We can even help you customize the car if there's something you'd like to do. So go ahead and give me a holler. Be glad to help. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you watching the video. Hopefully you love this car as much as I do. Thanks again. God bless America.